Hey y'all, Elise Smith here, and welcome to the Socially Ausome Podcast, where we empower mompreneurs to implement simple social media strategies into their businesses and elevate their online presence. I'm a mompreneur of three, an affiliate marketer, a network marketer, an influencer, a social media marketing agency owner, and your personal guru. I am here to give you tips, tricks, and tools that you need to build your social media business. Let's dive in. Hey y'all, welcome back to the Socially Ausome Podcast. I am so excited. All of October, we have been talking about tips that you need to create a simple, successful social media marketing strategy. And today is no different. We are going to be talking about engagement. Yes, I said it. And if you have ever spoken to me about social media strategy, I will tell you engagement is the biggest metric you need to pay attention to. Your follower count is a vanity metric, and it's great, and it helps you get influencer deals and affiliate deals and all the things, but engagement is what makes money. That shows you how much your followers care to engage with your content. It builds that know, like, and trust factor. So let's go ahead and touch base real quick on what we've already talked about in October. We talked about creating a strategy. We talked about being consistent. We talked about creating engaging and interesting content. Now we're going to talk about actually doing the do and doing the engagement. So engaging with your followers, your friends, your connections, if you're on LinkedIn, is important to building a community and the feeling of more humanizing your brand, building a more personable brand. So let's talk about some ways that we do this. Liking and responding to comments. If you're posting and praying and then never responding to any of the comments of your followers or of your friends, you're not asking them questions to their questions, you're missing the mark. I see posts all the time with hundreds of comments, no reply. It's like people post, hope everyone likes it, hope everyone gives it hearts, and then they just disappear. I can't stress to you enough how important replying to your comments are. And what boosts your algorithm the most is someone's response to your comment. So when I post, hey, who's interested in learning more about Instagram stories? Someone comments and says, me, I struggle so bad with stories. I'll go in there and comment and say, oh, really? What do you find the hardest? You're continuing that conversation, and there comes a point where it needs to be continued in the DM, obviously, but replies to your comments are what is going to boost your algorithm most. That goes for Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, all of the things, okay? So not just on your post, but someone else's. So if you're engaging with your followers and you go to one of their pages and ask a question in the comments, when they respond to your question in the comments, it boosts your algorithm. It says, hey, Elise wants to see John's content, and obviously John wants to see hers because he responded to her comment. So I can't stress to you enough how important it is to respond to all your comments, okay? If you can't or don't have the time, or you just don't like it because you get stuck in the scroll hole, hire a VA or hire an agency, and I just happen to own one, so there's my plug. Now, live streaming for engagement. When you live stream on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube, it notifies all of your followers, hey, Elise just went live. Go check it out. I cannot stress to you enough how important going live on Facebook is. I have a hit or miss with Instagram, which I'm going to be honest, Instagram is not my number one platform. A lot of my clients and my coach herself have super success on Instagram, but I can tell you I've had tons of success going live on TikTok. So don't think that lives are restricted to Facebook only. But that live engagement builds that know, like, and trust factor because you're not hiding behind a filter. It's not usually an edited video if it's live streaming. And there are different softwares you can use. I personally love StreamYard. I'll drop the link I am an affiliate for StreamYard. I'll drop that link in the show notes. But let me tell you why I love StreamYard. It records my lives so then I can turn those into YouTube videos. It allows me to pull the audio from them so I can turn them into podcasts. And it allows me to brand my lives. So I have an intro video on my lives. I have my logo on my lives. It is well worth investing for like $25 a month. It's cheap and it's worth it, and it allows me to stream in multiple places at once. So I can be on my Facebook business page, in my group, in my profile, all at the same time. Highly recommend. Check out the show notes. Creating polls and quizzes. So this can be done on your feed. This can be done in your stories. I very often like to do posts that are polls without actually being a poll. So I'll say something like, hey, the hubby and I earned an all-inclusive vacay to Riviera Maya. True story, we get to leave on the 26th of October. I'm so excited. But I'll post that, 2 pictures of a bathing suit, and say, which one do you like better? Which one is a better color for me? And ask my audience's opinion. Not just on that, but also I'll say something along the lines of, hey, what do you struggle with the most when it comes to creating short video content? Because I was developing my viral video bootcamp, which if you missed, get in my group, Socially Awesome Entrepreneurs, by the way. And I wanted to know, what is the hardest thing? I do TikToks, I do Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, YouTube Shorts. I do multiples per day. So to me, it's like second nature. But what does my audience struggle with when it comes to that topic? Because I want to know what I need to train on. What is going to entice them to want to participate with me? So do polls and quizzes. You can also do this in your stories with the stickers, which is cool because then you can go back, see who voted on it, and reach out to them. And it's not a cold reach out, right? They voted on your poll that they struggle with captions on their stories and they want to learn more, and here you are providing that. So that's pretty cool. Lastly, you want to post content that starts a conversation. So your content shouldn't always be, look at me, I earned this award, I did this, I did that, I'm going here, I'm going there, look at my vacay, this is what I did. Now, there is an attraction marketing piece to all of that, but it's very important for your ideal avatar to read your post and say, she can help me, right? So that goes back to the storytelling, which we talked about in the previous episodes, but it's very important for you to start the conversation, start the engagement with your content. So I'll go back to Riviera Maya. I posted something today, a picture of my husband and I at the beach a couple months ago, and it was kind of like a pre-post to our trip coming up. And my whole point of that post today was to let women know I can be your support system if you don't have the same spousal support that I have. So I started the post out with engagement. So I said something along the lines of, who supports you? And then I told a story about all of the ways my husband supports me in my business ventures. And then I brought it back to my audience at the end and said, hey, if you don't have the same support system as me, I'm here to support you. Reach out, here's my group, let me help you, but I'll ask you again, who supports you? So I created that conversation inside my caption. The same way would be if you ask a question. If you didn't have a photo and you just do one of those Facebook posts that's the big words with the crazy color in the background, and ask the question that starts engagement. So I will give you a ninja tip really, really quick. Be careful with things that are considered engagement bait in your captions because the algorithms are smart enough to read that. And I'm talking about on all platforms. So be very careful with link in bio and, I've never had any issues with DM me, but I have had issues with link in bio. So be careful with that. You can Google engagement bait and find out, but your post can be hidden. They could be taken off. Some of my TikToks have been taken off completely because I was using link in bio and they called that engagement bait. So that's a ninja tip. Do your research there. As always, I hope you found value in this episode, and I will see y'all next week. Hey, thank you so much for listening to today's episode. I'm Elise Smith, your host, and let me tell you how you can get a free social media audit from me. Make sure that your profile is optimized and you're ready to build. Take a screenshot of you listening to this episode, throw it in your stories and tag me. You can find my handle in the show notes. I will share it to my entire audience, and you will be entered to win one of the 5 free audits that I'll be doing every single month. Number 2, if you found any value out of this episode or any of my episodes at all, please feel free to leave a review. It is the best compliment you can give. Lastly, make sure you check out the link to get into my free community, Socially Awesome Entrepreneurs. It's in the show notes. We go live in there weekly with guest trainings and more. Until next time, make it simple, make it social, and make it awesome.